Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to HIMediaTV. I am your host, Evan from HIMediaTV, and welcome back to HIMedia Headlines for today, March the 3rd, 2025. We appreciate you, your time and listenership. Let's get right into it, shall we? Oh my god, I'm tired. I'm sorry. It's about 15 minutes before I gotta be into work, and I wanted to talk about this real quick. Apparently, Sony was ready to do a Bloodborne remake. Not a remaster, a remake. And I want to reiterate that, Bloodborne, the game itself, doesn't need a remake. It needs a remaster. It literally just needs a port. Honestly, you probably could get away with not even making a remake. Just bump it up to, bump up the graphical fidelity possibility to, 2K. Let it run at 60 FPS and port it. That's it. That's all you need to do. Bloodborne still holds the fuck up. If you want to bundle old hunters in with it, be my guest, but I'm going to keep it a bean. It's kind of fine as is. I digress. Apparently the reason why it didn't happen was ultimately FromSoft said no. And before y'all get all up in pitchforks about Miyazaki, this wasn't put out, but I would bet money that the reason why Miyazaki said nah is because he asked, okay, I would love that. Can we put it on PC and other platforms? And they're like, no, it's going to be a PlayStation exclusive. And they said, all right, never mind then. I would bet money. I would bet every dollar in my bank account that some kind of rendition of that conversation happened. Because, realistically, PlayStation did win the console wars, obviously. Xbox is now a software as service platform more than anything else. And, which is fine. I'm not necessarily against that conceptually, and I think the Xbox One S, at least before the RAM shortage, was probably the best fucking deal you could get in gaming. It costs the same price as a Switch 1, plus Game Pass before it was $30 a month. But I digress. Before it was $30 a month. Anyways, my point is that I still put the blame at Sony's feet. They want Bloodborne as an exclusive, I think, too much to let it go. And I think, broadly speaking, that is kind of the ultimate result as to why we are probably not going to get it. But shout out to the developers behind the Shad PS4 fork working on the Bloodborne emulation. We love that. Shit, I might buy a new PC with Windows on it just so I could run that bitch. Fuck. All right, but anyways, that's just me. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to this episode of High Media Headlines for today, March the 3rd, 2025. We appreciate you, your time, 2026 rather. We appreciate you, your time, and your listenership. Dog, it's March, and I still haven't gotten over that. In fact, it's 2026. Just go listen to Little Black Book, the other podcast I put out. You'll understand why I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? But regardless, if you liked this episode, please consider joining the Discord. We've got it's good vibes, good people, good community. We'd love to have you. Link in the description. Like and subscribe if you're listening on YouTube, and drop 5 stars. Rate the podcast 5 stars wherever you get your pods. Yada yada yada. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for listening to HIMediaTV. I've been your host, Evan from HIMediaTV, and I will see you guys next time.